Hi, I'm Blue. Today I'm gonna be doing a video, really. Yeah. So, if you didn't know already, I went back to school on Tuesday, and it's Wednesday today, so that's yesterday. I'm really smart. So today's video, if you haven't looked at the thumbnail or the title, is how shit is going for me in school, being a tranny. If I can be asked some advice for you, if you're also a tranny. Don't get offended when I use that word, it's fine. Do you like how clean this worktop is here? You see, there's a hat, in front of it is some deodorant, next to the deodorant is that blue stuff there, that's my hair gel. Got my blue hair dryer just there. A card that my brother gave me for my birthday absolutely ages ago. And my bracelets that I normally wear. I'm trying to act there. Yeah. So anyway, so I haven't planned out this video. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna make a video, and so I sat down, and yeah, I got my hair cut and dyed because it was green. If you didn't know that, and I can't go to school with green hair, so I think I'll start off with some tips, if I can be asked. Okay, some tips. If you're going back to school as a different gender, as what you were used to be seen or labelled as. I don't know if I'm using the right wording here, but you know what I mean, don't you? So basically, some advice. People are gonna ask questions, and you can't get offended because they're gonna be like, oh, blah blah blah, blah. And then some people are like some people are like really cocky, and you're like, and like they'll ask you a question, and they'll be like, go away, you should know this. just answer them. It's not hard. If you don't know the answer to the question, just tell them, I don't know the answer to your question. And if you do, tell them the answer. Simple. If it's an offensive question, then just be like, that's personal, or that's offensive. But if it's not offensive, don't say it's offensive, because then they'll take offence and it'll just be a whole thing. Another thing, if people don't use the right names/pronouns, which they're probably not going to do for the couple first months, correct them, because if you don't, then they're gonna keep doing that, and it's scary because if someone's like blah blah, like let's say you're in class and like they use the wrong name, it's not very comfortable to say in like front of the whole class, oh it's this, because so you can either do that if you feel comfortable doing that, or just talk to them after class and be like, hey, this is this, blah, 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 blah. And they'll hopefully be like, oh okay, sorry, or they'll be like, I don't care, F off, and then you can go speak to a teacher, a parent, go speak to someone if they're not okay. Speak to the teacher you've just been with, maybe. It'll be easy. Next tip, I'm just gonna do like 5 tips or something, I don't know. Next tip, speak to people. Like obviously you'll probably have friends that support you and they'll like help. But like, if, like, for example, with PE, I had to speak to people because I was like, where am I getting changed? What am I doing? Help, please now. But it turns out, in the year that I'm in, they now do mixed PE with boys and girls, so that's totally cool. I get changed in a disabled toilet. With your school, it might be different, I don't know. So, you need to go speak. If you've not already sorted all this stuff out, go speak to like someone who's like the head of PE, or someone who like manages PE, or like maybe like one of your teachers who can do it for you, maybe, or something like that, or like email them and just make sure everything's sorted out before PE actually happens. Next tip, before you go into class, be like what I did was we sent a bunch of emails, we sent an email to my head of year, as in my pastoral manager, as you say in England, or maybe just in our school, but anyway, we call them pastoral managers. And then you're like, hey, can we have a meeting? And then, this is what happened with me anyway. I was like, hey, can I have a meeting? And they were like, sure. So like, we had a conversation and stuff, and then sorted everything out, and then my pastoral manager / head of year messaged all my teachers that I'm going to have. I'm pretty sure she messaged everyone, because I swear to God, every single teacher I've seen has been like, hey Blue, and I've been like, hey, that's cool. Get them to message your teachers, and then go up to your teachers before a lesson, or just like as everyone's sitting down and you're all comfy, like, did you get the email, or did this teacher talk to you and tell you the information? And if they're like, what? No, just like give them a quick brief, and then at the end of the lesson probably like explain to them like everything that you feel comfortable explaining. So there, I think that was 5. Don't know, those are my 5 tips. My story now, because yesterday was my first day back at school, and it was like all cool, and we're like sat in the classroom that was like the first classroom. So they do the register, and they were like, Blue, and I was like, hey, like a couple of people were like, who's Blue? I was like, it's me, and then everyone was like, why'd you change your name? And I did put something on my Instagram account explaining everything, but obviously some people hadn't seen it. So I was like, so I explained that to them, and the majority of them were okay. So that's what happened first lesson, and then we went into assembly. Assembly was just assembly, nothing really happened. Okay, sorry about that, something happened. And it was drama, and that was cool. And then my drama teacher was like, hey Blue, and I was like, hey. That was really cool. And then we went to drama, and there was a bunch of name games, and the majority of people in my new class at drama, I don't know them. So that was cool, so they didn't know much about me. And then, yeah, we just did some name games. How fun is that? So it was like Blue, and then like, so someone had to walk to it, and you don't care. We did name games, and then it was the end of the lesson. The lesson after that was PE. So I went up to my, like, the PE person, and I was like, hey, what are we doing? And they were like, oh, we're doing this and this. And I was like, okay, so I got changed in the disabled bathroom. And then my friend Kira, you're probably watching this because you're watching the majority of my videos, she came. I said before, it's a mixed group, like boys and girls, so we all just went outside. I had to borrow PE shorts, and they were like really horrible on it. Okay, so we like hung out and then went to PE. It was cool. I got some looks, I think. I think I was just being paranoid. Yeah, and then it was maths. Well, maths was fun. Not really. Hate maths. It was all cool, and everyone's like, who's Blue? That's such a weird name. And I was like, and this is one person who I didn't know the majority of people in my class, and this one person was like, ooh, shouting the name, it's not Blue. And I was like, and then they were like, she's not called Blue, she's called, and I was like, lit dude, thanks. I guess that happened. That's the only bad thing. And then second day, pretty much all the same thing happened. PE again, blah blah blah, same thing. English was cool. Everything else was cool. So yeah, that's my advice to you. Go, if you're a tranny, then go be a tranny. Bye.